Welcome everyone to the Cannabih Podcast, and we are your hosts, Sensen and Miss K. And today's topic is going to be that big controversial topic, sex. So let's dive right in. So, Miss K, how do you feel on either Eddie Betty or on some flowers entering the bedroom with your significant other? And let's include some alcohol too, because, we all kind of be getting lit. And so what's your preference? And let us know. I mean, tips or no tips? Should we just do Eddie Betty's or should we just do some tinctures or whatever the case may be in that world?
Honestly, I've done both. I've been lit off of Eddy Betty. I've been consuming my little tequila, and as we like to say, my Grand Cormino is the go-to for me.
Kevin Hart, thank you.
Yes. Yes, I like being tipsy or intoxicated when it comes to alcohol, going into the bedroom, but not so far where I black out and I have no idea what took place. I would like to be in the realm when that takes place. I do feel like on an Eddy Betty is something that takes me out of my body. For a long time, for couple years, I never used to take Eddies. I used to just be like, nah, that's not for me. I'm a smoke, I'm a drink, and that's that. But as I started to take Eddies and I started to see the difference in the way things, it's not even just in the bedroom, but it's everywhere. So, but I'm gonna zoom back to my bedroom. It's different. I do feel like I can feel everything. I every stroke of your hands, it could be your face, it could be your hair. You literally feel that, like,
Absolutely.
whereas it's not to say without it you don't feel it, but it just brings you out of that zone. It drops down that wall of being shy. I am a huge shy person, and that brings down that wall for me. That is like, all right, whatever, just as well as alcohol. As people say, like, once they're drinking alcohol,
Right.
hey, that takes down that wall.
Yeah,
That what do
blame
they
it
call
on the
the fear?
alcohol.
Yeah, they call it the fear that when you be too lit and you're calling your ex 30, 40 times and they be like, it's off the Henny, it's off of this. It's the same thing going into the bedroom with your significant other, whoever you choose to be with. But it's different because there's a word for it. It's like Hercules. It's like it brings out that, and you get your chest all and you're ready. Like you are
just grew some hair in
yeah,
your chest. Let's
it's
go.
just, yes, like nothing is gonna
Let's
scare
go,
me.
right.
Like what? It's the same thing for me. I've done them both. I've enjoyed both. But I can definitely say I truly, and I think I've preached to everyone that comes into this house.
We've
Go
had
home.
that talk.
Yeah, go home on this Eddy Betty. You can be great with your man, And they all look at me like, what? And I'm like, you have no idea. And it's great. I just feel like it touches areas that you don't really pay attention to.
I
And
agree.
I feel like that Eddy Betty really, like, it opens your eyes and your senses so much more. It's like a sixth sense. It's like it brings out that sixth sense for you.
It opens that third
And,
eye.
you got different. You be like, listen, any other time, alcohol, I can put my leg back to the left, but today, boy, that bitch going way back.
Right, you flexible all of a sudden.
Flexible, ain't nothing hurting. Boy, there's no pain restriction at all. How do you feel? What do you prefer?
Honestly, I agree with what you're saying. I, been both from all the way lit, smoke, alcohol, or just smoke. Eddie Betty does have this outer body type feeling when you're with your significant other. You just, it's like, I don't know, you just kind of feel like you got superpowers all of a sudden, like you could just climb these walls. Like, they say if you eat seafood, you're climbing walls and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel that an Eddie Betty is. And it's so funny because I remember our talk and it was a group of girls and they know exactly who they are. And we, it's like, it was talked about and I'm like, I've never really thought about it. So then I tried it and I was like, okay, I like this, and with the alcohol and the smoke, yeah, you get lit and you doing things and your legs are going places that you never thought they would. But I just feel that I prefer now, like with the Eddy Betty, because it's just, it kind of, it's that.
It's no blacking out.
Right. You don't black out. Exactly. And it's like you're like living it, living the moment. Because, when you do mix the flour and the alcohol, you do have those moments like, damn, babe, what's going on last night? It was great, but what was going on last night? And, with the Eddy Betty, you don't really have those blackouts.
That's true.
It's just kind of you're out of body feeling, like you can see everything that's going on,
right.
and you're like, whoa, I feel even more sexier. So I, if you ask me, I prefer Eddy Betty. I know some people prefer, just your alcohol and stuff, right, or your little flowers or whatever, but that's my preference. And I know that the world right now with these dispensaries and stuff like that, they have all these different products that help us, I'm not gonna say help us because we probably already have it, but they intense that satisfaction, that sensitivity that just kind of like brings out those superpowers in us. And so they are, and go ask the center people, they know exactly what we're talking about. They got the oils, they have, and when you bring it back to being a woman, they have a lot of stuff for us that helps, what I'm talking about, and it helps us and it makes us even better than what we are.
Of course.
But yeah, I like it, it's like Eddy Betty time, Eddy Betty time, why not, and it's funny because when I do take an Eddy Betty, that's my way. I'm like Eddy Betty time, because that's how I feel. I feel like I have superpowers out of nowhere. Now, one thing about Eddy Betties, you have to be really careful with them, So my advice to you guys is be careful with them. I mean, do know what you can take with them, but when you're in that bedroom, it's just a great feeling. I don't know. You do feel, as a woman, you feel sexier.
Yes,
you
for sure.
Feel much more. I mean, and hopefully the men can drop some comments and tell us how they feel about, sexually. What do you feel that intenses your sex life when you're, in the bedroom with your significant other, whoever you choose to be with? But yeah, I love me some Eddy Betties.
Oh yeah. I've tried. There's huge amounts of different products that have in the dispensaries you mentioned, and there's a lot of things that are CBD based. A lot of people say CBD doesn't go there, doesn't do anything. I've tried different oils from CBD. Amazing. I'm not going to say it gives me a out of body experience, but I do truly can say that it makes you more relaxed. Whatever body part you do put it on, it's it's just like some people, they would like lubricants flavor because of this and that, and they like the flavor and they like the way it feels with the KY. This is a whole different. This is CBD based, so a CBD
so they do
based
have lubricant.
Yes,
just it's not only KY jelly that's out there.
That's
there
my
is,
point.
And CBD lubricant, even THC
and
lubricant.
CBD does make a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Unless you really try it, no one can sit there and say that, no, that doesn't work. It's not, it doesn't have THC in it. It doesn't need to have THC in it.
It really doesn't.
To feel it. CBD does a massive, granted, if you're trying to be high, no, CBD's for me and my person, it's not going to go there.
No, it's never gotten me.
For oils and relaxations when it comes to muscles and body experience, absolutely. Yes, that definitely touches every aspect of that. And that just, there's just so much. I mean, they even made a ointment called Easy Ointment in the dispensary. I have to catch back to that to figure out what the exact. I know it's Easy something, and it's basically for females. To whether they're on their monthlies or whatnot, it is to help their body relax when it comes to those cramps, from pain, from fibroids, whatever it is. And that comes back to being a CBD. Now, this one does have the THC that is from dispensary, that they have that. So that does help there. And it's not going to give them a high feeling, but it's going to relax those muscles that are causing problems.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot when it comes to that.
There's a lot of
the
products.
list can go on and on and on. I do suggest on being careful with the amount of edibles. A lot of people be like, "Oh, I took 2 and them Eddy Betties didn't kick in, and so I smoked the flower and I did." And then they're like, "Yeah, I kind of like blacked out and I kind of went, to bed and I was sleepy and I ate half of the fridge and yeah, because you overdid it." I suggest microdosing until you figure out what your proper dose is. We've had personal experiences. That was let's just say we had a personal experience at an event we were unable to drink at, so we decided to Eddy on up, and let's just say she took 5.
No, I took 4.
4. I took 3.
Yes, 3.
I took 3, and
let me let me tell you how I took 4. Because I took 1 knowing that I was going to this event that we were not going to drink. So I said, let me take 1 before I get there. So I took 1 and I ate a little bit. So I was good. And then it got later in the day. So I'm thinking I should be okay. And then I was like, hey, Miss K, look what I got.
Oh, yeah. Came out with a bag full of them.
So I pulled out the bag.
Different flavors.
All different flavors. And I'm like, look, I have this one. So 1 for her, 1 for me. And then I was like, I have this one too. 1 for her and 1 for me. And mind you, one of them was the chocolate, which splits in half, which technically that's why I had 5.
Yeah. That's right. That's
why
right.
I had 5, because when, it's 2 in 1.
Yep.
So we,
those chocolates have a line between the break for a reason.
Yeah. So, 1 for her, 1 for me. And then I what was it, like 30 minutes later?
Yeah. 30 minutes later. Yeah, that was a laughing scene that the entire event figured it out really quick.
Oh, really quick. And it's so funny because I'm standing at the counter as she is sitting on the couch in front of the counter. And I'm looking at her and she's stuck. And I'm like, oh God, I think I'm stuck too. But I'm like, okay. And then she tries to talk.
It's the smile.
And then
it's the smile.
Yeah, and it was
like,
and it was funny because she's stuck, but not serious. She was like, and her eyes was chinky. And I'm like, but to be honest, I didn't know about the proper dosing of Eddy Betties. That was in the beginning when I first started
when
using
we really
Eddy Betties.
started taking Eddy Betties serious.
Yes, it was something that I really wasn't into it. Like I was just like, I'll stick to my flowers. I'm okay. I don't want to adventure in anything else and stuff. Not really understanding the products. And so that's why I was just like, bloop, 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 and I didn't think anything of it. But let me tell you, I felt like I was overdosed for like a whole week. I was just like, oh my God. So let me tell you, the bedroom was not great at this time because I couldn't move. I felt sick and that was my mistake. Yeah. And it's something that it was a lesson learned. I will never do that again. And yes, I do listen to my microdosing now and I understand and I know about these. I have a lot more knowledge on these products.
Yes.
And that's one thing that we need to learn, if you do want to have that outer body experience, know your tolerance and go ahead and do it, and I promise you will not regret it. And that's why I'm always saying, that Eddy Betty time, because it just puts you in that zone that you really, like you said earlier, it for those shy people, it brings you right out. You're like, really hey, leave the lights on, Yep. And babe, I heard about this position. Let's do this, why not? And, I know our partners enjoy it too, you know? And when you feel sexy as a woman, when you feel sexy, your body just kind of...
Yeah, it relaxes. All the tension is gone.
The tension's gone. our parts work properly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like you're like worry-free sex, and because sometimes we're parents, we have that stressful work day, and we have work on our mind. We have
Right.
kids on our minds. We have family, friends on our minds, and stuff like that. And sometimes that interferes with our sexuality in the bedroom, because it really does. Because if you're stressed out about money, about family, about whatever the case may be, you're just gonna let's get this over with, because I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I don't want to feel, I don't want to deal with it. But it's good to relax that body, because let me tell you, as a woman, you know that song, "You let me water," you will water, and it's true. Like once you free that mind and you put yourself in that zone, you will enjoy your partner even more.
Yeah, it's true.
And as a female, if you're not really enjoying your partner, you're not gonna water like that.
Nope.
I don't care who you are.
No.
And some people do, whatever. That's on you. But it's true. You need to be able to enjoy the moment. And life nowadays is hard. It's hard to really enjoy the moment. I mean, we could be at home not doing nothing, but we're strolling through, social media, and we're getting stressed out for the person that we're reading whatever we're reading about. Oh my God.
Everybody posts everything on social media.
So it's
you
a little
don't know
stressful.
when this person is having a heartache, or this person.
Right.
So, you start to feel that as a female.
You hurt
Yep.
over that family member of somebody that you're following.
Yep.
Oh my God, that was such a bad death. Oh my God, you don't even know the people, and you're just and that adds more stress to you, and that affects you in the bedroom.
Exactly.
It's what people need to realize, that when they're on social media, they have to really think about that. Being on social media, you're soaking in that energy, even if it's through the phone or through your iPad or through your laptop or through your computer or whatever. You're soaking in that energy. Energy is big. And what I have learned is with the Eddy Betties, it has put me in a zone that I actually don't allow that bad energy to come in. And
put you to your happy place, as our Bob Marley
Yes,
happy life.
Yes, hey, Marley. It does. It puts you in a happy place, and you have this peace of mind that you can actually say, I can actually relax.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is. But if you overdo it, you'll be comatose for like 5 days, like me. Again, lesson learned. Never again.
Oh yeah.
But that's my experience, and I do want to hear from the audience. I really want to hear what your experiences are. I mean, I've never with tincture, no, because my bad experiences with tincture. I don't know. Maybe it'll be amazing. I don't know. I've never tried the lubricants, and I might want to. And again, go to the dispensaries. Ask them. Don't be shy, because they're not shy to sell it to you.
Sex is normal, guys.
Sex is very normal.
Very normal.
And like I said before, it's a topic that I don't understand why. I know from my generation, it was a topic that's always been hush hush. Your sexualities, hush hush. What you do behind closed doors, hush hush. Why?
Right.
The majority, and I don't want to say everybody, because some people don't have sex for whatever choice they're making.
Right.
So respect to them, but for our bodies needs it, wants it, craves it. Sometimes we'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on a 90-day no sex, no nothing. I feel for you sometimes, but it's something that we all need, we all crave, and we shouldn't be shy to talk about it. Like our children are so open to social media nowadays. It should be a topic that we talk to our children about, because you have 11-year-olds talking about their sexuality already. And we as parents, we're wondering why our child is already talking about sexuality.
Right.
Social media talks to them about it
24/7.
And that being said, I'd rather them hear it from me and me direct them in the right direction than them listening to a content creator talking about their sexuality and they're guiding my child in I don't know which way.
Right.
I mean, everybody has their preference, and but social media is what's teaching our kids nowadays. So it should be a topic that it's talked about. I'm not shy about talking about sex because I know inside it's something that we crave regardless of how much we try and stop it.
Right.
There's people that go 2-3 years. They're like, I'm not, they just went through a bad breakup and they don't want to have sex for the next 2 years or whatever the case may be. It's okay if that's what you choose to. But I know for a fact that your body is saying, hello,
Right.
hello. I need something, and so, then for those single people, there's toys for us, they get to pick and choose, go to, your sex store and
Yep.
pick whatever, and it's because again, it's a need.
Right.
So that's why, I know our topic was more about, do you rather be lit? Would you rather do Eddy Betty's? My preference, Eddy Betty's. I have had great, sex with, under the influence of alcohol. I'm also climbing walls too, but
Right.
it's when you're medicated in a certain way and your tolerance, your sex will be so much better.
A lot more better.
Yeah.
A lot more.
So much more better.
So much. That is definitely, as she stated, we would love to hear anybody's opinions or advice or different things that they would like to touch base on and maybe give us ideas.
Yes.
Especially from the male crowd, we would like to know.
Yeah, we wanna
from a
hear.
male's point perspective.
Your perspective.
Yes.
It's
how
okay.
you feel about that.
Yes.
And what brings you to your happy place.
Yeah.
They're either under the influence of alcohol or an Eddy Betty. We are open to hearing everything that comes to y'all minds,
Yes.
bodies, and souls.
All of it.
All of it.
I mean, we're not asking you exactly what you do in your, behind your closed walls, because
We don't care about the positions, guys.
we really don't
It's
care about the
just,
positions because we know about those things.
Yeah.
But, we want to hear if you rather be lit, if you rather be on an Eddy Betty, on a flower, or just alcohol. Let's talk about it. Let's share.
Yes.
And if there's any other topic of the sex topic that you want to talk about, you bring it up to us. Let us know how you feel about it, because this is what this episode is about. It's about that big controversial sex word.
Yeah.
When it comes to, being with your partner and, you're wondering what fits for you, what doesn't fit for you. Some people I never did the Eddy Betty's before. And when my experience with it was amazing, and it's always going to be a go-to. Not saying flower doesn't bring you to that point either, but it does. And again, it's knowing about your dosing and stuff like that, how much your body can tolerate. But yeah, it's a great topic, and our body loves it. It really does, people. Again, if you and your girl are those love the flowers and love the Eddy Betty's, try it. Go ahead and try it. I promise you will not regret it. And if you did, take our advice, please let us know. We don't mind
love
figuring
to
that out. I
hear
would love to
about that.
hear if you guys, that experience that you guys have had. Some people get, that courage even to
There we go. Liquid courage is the word I was looking
that
for in the
courage,
beginning.
to actually, experience, different positions, different
Yes.
places.
Maybe you couldn't do that without the Eddy Betty.
Exactly. Maybe you're that
the
one
leg
turn
just
off the
went
light.
back, and that's just that. It could go back the other day. It went back. that
Honestly,
night.
you're more flexible than you really think.
Yeah.
But when your
Because
body's
you're more relaxed.
when
That
your
muscle is more
Yes.
relaxed.
Yes.
Your tension and your anxiety and everything else is keeping you there. Is saying,
Absolutely.
I don't care. Do what you have to do.
Right. And then you'll find places
Yeah.
in the inner body that you've never touched before. And it's like, wait, what? What just happened to me? And now you're in your 40s figuring something new out, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know, been there, done that.
Yes.
And it's great. It's great. And then it's okay to go and explore your body, because that's what our body is. I mean, we have so many points in our body that, I mean, some people get tickled by the end of, like in the back of the neck, or
yeah.
or touch
Hair
my
pulling,
hands, or the
fingers,
the sensual
the ears.
touch, the kisses, whatever it is. I mean, we have so many points that sometimes we don't even got to go there. But we're going to be wrapping up.
Yes.
So we want to hear from you. Let us know if you do decide to try an Eddy Betty, and let us know your experiences. You don't got to go into detail. But if you do, hey. But this was great.
This was great.
It's a great topic to talk about. There's going to be many, many more topics like this. We're always going to be talking about controversial conversations, topics, anything that comes up that everybody's kind of scared to talk about. So till the next time.
Welcome, guys.
To the Cannabih